Okay, 3 questions for you today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you 3 questions, and then after each question I want you to kind of think about it for a wee couple of seconds and then just put in your replies in the comments. So the first question is, name one thing, just one thing, that you're grateful for today. Just one thing that you're grateful for today. So if you put your replies in the comments below. So it takes probably about 15 seconds. Marcella, waking up alive. Okay, being alive, Jessica Griffin. Sobriety says Tammy Combs. Excellent. My family says Gail Litz. Manissa says my health, Manissa Neathling. Debbie Darling says my health as well. Being in great health says Kathy Brazil. Brazil. Sue Longbow says being alive. My kids says Manikshi. Lattice Sanap says friends. Excellent. And Christine McNally says that my son didn't fight with me. And well-being. So a lot of you saying about your health and kind of well-being and kind of relationships with family and stuff like that. But the reason I ask that is because a lot of us don't feel grateful for what we do have in life just now. So if we can just think of 1 or 2, I usually do 3 things per day that I feel grateful for, and I've got a kind of diary and stuff like that. You don't need to do anything like that. I think it's just because I write a lot and I like to keep a diary. So I just do 3 things I'm grateful for kind of every day. And a lot of it's to do with my family, obviously, and the business and kind of what I have in my life and my friends and stuff like that. But it's just to give you a reminder of what things you are grateful for in life, because we often tend to focus on the bad things in life, what's happening, and we don't tend to focus on what we're grateful for in life. So that's why I was asking you, what one thing are you grateful for? And everybody can name just one thing. And a lot of people, when I've asked that question in the past, a lot of people say, I don't really know what I'm grateful for. The very fact that you're here talking to me on Facebook, that's something to be grateful for. Not to be grateful for talking to me, but having the technology and having a computer or the phone to do this is something to be grateful for in itself. So just that very thing. So there's lots to be grateful for, and that's why I wanted to ask you that question, just to open up your mind a little bit and just to be grateful for what you do have in life. Because you've got to remember, as shitty as you think your life is, or as shitty as you think your life might be, because a lot of people do think their life is so shitty, there's someone praying for the life that you have just now, because their life is even shittier. And I know that sounds as if, well, it's not about other people, but there are people praying for the life that you've got just now, no matter how bad you think it is. There always is somebody worse off than you, and there always is going to be somebody that's much better off than you as well. So it's kind of balanced, you're kind of in the middle as well. But naming one thing you're grateful for every single day, it kind of opens up that positivity kind of brain for you. If you do that every morning, it just keeps you positive throughout the day if you remind yourself what you're grateful for in life as well. There's a couple of people, Barbara Clark saying truth, Anne Zelensky is saying my integrity, and that's something I value highly. Hazel Johnson makes sense. Okay, the next question. This might be a little bit harder for you, and I know it will be hard for some people, but I want you to name one good quality about you. Nobody else, not just one good quality about you. And it can be anything you want. The first thing that comes to mind, and you might have to think for a second or two, but the first thing that comes to mind, give me one good quality that you have. So I'll wait on the kind of comments coming in. Liz Robertson says I care. That's a brilliant quality to have. And obviously with the line of work that you're in, Liz, as well, that's obviously a really important quality as well. But it's... No, I'll not bother saying but is an important quality, Liz. Self-expression, since Caroline Wheeler. Joe Horn says integrity, caring. Susanna Horton. Sandra Coons-Whaley, my sense of humour, always a good one. They're all good. I'm just kind of reading them out. Rania Reba, kindness. Passion, says Alex. Sandra Miller, I always look for the positive, which is great. Always a good quality to have as well. Faithful, says Evelyn Buin. Caring about others. Compassion. Laurie Watson says compassion. Bree Maxud says kindness. Compassion. I think being patient, says Mai. Authentic, like that one, Maria Gabriela Gallo. Chris Timmons says kindness, patient as well. Open-minded, said Sid. Excellent. Zane, how you doing, buddy? Zane is a member of YDF for the video I've just shown you just now. He's a member of that group as well, so it's great to see you, Zane. How you doing, buddy? Extrovert and people-oriented, AJ. So brilliant. So I thought a lot of people might have some difficulty with this, naming one good quality about themselves, but you'll notice there, yeah, that's okay, they're coming through now. So there's loads of them coming through now. I thought, because there wasn't as many that was coming through before, but now they're all coming through. That's cool. Brilliant. And the reason I'm kind of asking that question again is just to get you to think about yourself and the qualities that you have, because again we tend to focus on the bad side of our kind of life and ourselves as well. We tend to focus on the negative side of it, whereby if you can name one good quality about you, and again doing that every day, it makes such a difference in how you perceive yourself, and it changes your kind of beliefs and your positivity and everything else. And if you can change your beliefs and your positivity and the way you live your life, it obviously changes the way you do things. It obviously changes your whole life. And if you can name one good quality about yourself every single day, even if it's the same one, if you think, okay, I'm really kind to others, I'm very compassionate, I have integrity, I'm really honest, and we've all got different qualities, maybe 100 different good qualities that we have each. If you can name one every single day and just keep going like that, just remind yourself of how much of a good person you are, because we tend to focus on the negative side of our personalities and our lives and stuff like that as well. And that's why I wanted to ask you that question just now. And a lot of people struggle with that when I've asked that in the past. A lot of people have to think for a minute or two. Now, you should be able to rhyme off loads of different good qualities that you have in your person, but for some people it can be quite hard. So just remind yourself every day of the good qualities that you possess. Right, last question. This might be a little bit more difficult depending on what your life situation is. Let me know one goal that you have for your life for 1 year's time. It could be a big goal, not a tiny goal like I want to tidy the house by the end of the day. That would be a kind of small goal, though it might be big to some people. But just a kind of large goal that you have in your life just now that you want to complete by this time next year. So by June 2017, what one large-ish goal would you like to achieve by this time next year? So that might be a little bit harder for you. So we'll go to the comments again. Julie Gibson, find the purpose. Was that for your one goal? Just reply back. I'll see if I can find your name again. I know they're going really scrolling through fast. Financially secured, said David Saj. Sajida. Financially secure. Okay, with that, okay, you want to be financially secure. What does financially secure mean to you? Does that mean having $5,000 in your savings account? Does it mean paying off all your debts? What does financially secure mean? Get more specific on your goal. The more specific you are, the more able you will be to reach that goal, because you have a clear goal in mind. Just saying financially secure is not a clear goal, so you have to define what financially secure is. Sandra Coons-Whaley says being out of debt. Okay, again, name that, Sandra. So what to do is say, okay, I'm in $40,000 worth of debt. I want $40,000 cleared by this time next year. I hope that makes sense. Shanti Krishna says, give all the money back taken from others. I don't quite understand. I take it you borrowed money, I take it as maybe debt or something like that. Again, get very specific and say, okay, I borrowed $1,000 from all these different people. I want to pay that back by this time, June 2017. Wendy Morley says, get out of the house. Again, be specific. Where do you want to go? You need to be specific, have a clear goal in mind. And this, and I said the reason this is difficult for some people is because they think in kind of broader terms. They don't have specific goals that they want. So just saying I want to be financially secure or I want to get out of the house, be more specific. Where do you want to be to get out of the house? What house would you like to stay in, or what area do you want to be in? So if you get more specific on your goals. Rhoda Arnold says to be independent from my present codependence. Okay. Tammy Lee Martin, inner peace and happiness, is that a goal? How will you know if you've achieved that goal? So again, it could be measurable. How do you measure inner peace and happiness? Can you measure inner peace and happiness? You can say, I feel more peaceful than I did last year, but can you measure it? I know when you know the answer to that, if you can measure it, that's brilliant, but it's just to be more clear, more specific. I would like to write a book of my life, past, middle, how I've lived and still a loving person. Annetta Harper. Excellent, so you've got a book to write, so now it's time to get specific on that. Maria Castledine, trust people again. Again, how do you measure that you're going to trust people again? To get back on television, decent agent who get me where I want to be with voiceover work, TV work and live work. Paul Metcalf. Paul, what to do is set a specific goal again about what type of work you want, who you're going to work with, what television company you work with, and what agent you want to be with as well. So much more specific on your goals. I'm not saying that's a bad goal, I'm just saying be more specific as possible. So it's all about kind of setting smart goals for yourself. Maria Castledine says no idea. Okay. Have an extra $8,000 for travel each year, Penny McBlain. Excellent. So that's a specific goal, an extra $8,000 per year to travel every year. So by this time, well, say June 2017, you want to have an extra $8,000 for travelling. So that's very specific. My master's degree in psychology, says Mara Liz. Excellent. So we're getting there. So the reason I asked 3 questions was obviously to remind yourself what you have to be grateful for in life. We've all got something to be grateful for. We've all got something, a good quality about us. So we need to remind ourselves every single day about our good qualities. And the reason I asked about the goals is because a lot of us are kind of wandering aimlessly around life and we don't know where we're going. And I made this analogy kind of last week, I think it was. It's like jumping in a taxi and saying, okay, take me somewhere. And the taxi driver saying, take you where? You say, I don't know, just take me. So if you don't know where you're going in life, if you don't have short-term goals, long-term goals, or long-term outcomes that you want to achieve, then you're kind of wandering around aimlessly, and you might not find the happiness that you're kind of looking for from life. So it's not just about having goals, but it's having something to dream about, something to look forward to as well, and something to work for as well. That's why I was talking about the goals as well. So I hope that kind of gave you some insight, and it was good interacting with you today again. I always like these interacting videos rather than me just kind of giving a lesson and kind of getting your feedback at the end. I like kind of these interacting ones. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye and have a fantastic Friday, have a brilliant weekend, and just take care of yourself. Until next week, take care. Bye now.